Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the topic stem cells. Okay, we will see the features of the stem cell, types and many sources of the stem cells, like where do they originate and the applications and uses of these stem cells in this video. So, what are the stem cells actually? They are the potential cells, they are the potential and the essential cells. So these stem cells, its main function is they are going to completely replace the damaged cell. If any disease is caused to the human body, the cells will be lost in certain cases. So in for that, damaged or injured cell is going to replaced by this stem cells. Okay, so they are essential because in order to maintain the certain body functions, some cells are very much essential. So if the cells are lost, the particular cells are lost, the whole function in our body will be imbalanced, right? So in order to maintain that balance and in order to keep the body in a healthy living state, this stem cell helps in replacing the cells. Okay, so it is found in both embryonic stage as well as in adult stage also. So it provides the new cells to recover. Okay, so it completely replaces, in the sense this new cell has to be formed which is going to replace that particular cell. So it is used for the therapy, and this is we will discuss this application later on. Okay, so features. So what are all the features the cells should have so that we can consider it as a stem cells? We will see here. So it should be capable of dividing. Okay, means in the sense, if you use the cell for the some therapeutic purpose, that is cell therapy purpose, that particular cell should be capable of dividing itself and replicating itself, right? So if it won't replicate, if the cell fails to divide itself, means the cell is not potent. Okay, so the therapeutic purpose and the experiment will be failed. So for that purpose, it should be capable of dividing itself. So the second point is all stem. So in the mass of, consider if a mass of the cell is present. So if the mass of the cell is present, it doesn't mean that every single cell has to be specialized, right? Some of the cells will not be specialized, right? So that undifferentiated and unspecialized cells which are present in the mass of the cell, that should be later, it should be specialized during the division. So during the division it has to be specialized. So the third point is ability to differentiate to specialized cell, that is pluripotent or the multipotent. So either the cell can become a pluripotent or it can become a multipotent cell. So what is this pluripotent and multipotent cell? Now the cell that is able to develop into many different types of the cell or tissue in the body, that cell we call it as pluripotent. Means the cell, it should have capability to form into a different, many different types. Okay, that particular cells formed, we call it as a pluripotent cell. And the cells which can only self renew themselves by dividing, it will self renew themselves, that type of the cell we call it as a multipotent cells. Okay, so these are all the certain basic characteristics the stem cell should possess. Okay, so we will see the types of the stem cells now. So embryonic stem cell, adult stem cell, induced stem cell, perinatal stem cell, mesenchymal stem cell. So these are all the types of the stem cells which we are going to discuss now. So first one is the embryonic stem cell. So embryonic stem cell, it is present in the inner mass of the embryo at an early stage of development, that is blastocyst. So one particular stage which is formed after 4 to 5 days, right? After 4 to 5 days of the fertilization, the embryo will be like the blastocyst formation will be takes place. So in that blastocyst, this embryonic stem cells will be present. So the cells will be present, around 50 to 150 cells will be present in the embryonic stem cell. So they are pluripotent, means it can differentiate into various cell types in the germ layer. Okay, it is not yet specialized, so it specializes once it gets divides. Okay, during the division process they will get they will get specialized. Okay, embryonic germ cell in gonad region developed into male or female called as primordial cells. So what is this primordial cells? Means embryonic germ cell means the embryonic stem cells which are present in the gonad region, that in that particular gonad region that develops either into a male or female. So this determine the sex of a embryo. So this cells is called as primordial cells. So next, coming to the adult stem cell. So we saw that the embryonic stem cell, the source of the embryonic stem cell is the blastocyst stage, right? So in adult stem cells, so embryo blastocells won't be present, right? So where these stem cells will be present? So it is present in the epidermis lining of intestine, bone marrow. This bone marrow cell especially, they are hemopoietic cell present. Hemopoietic cell means the cell which have the capability to develop into either blood cell or the immune cell. So also the brain cell develops into a nerve cell acts as a stem cells. So it is somatic or the tissue specific stem cells that repairs the tissue specifically. They are less potent, means as I said, the embryonic stem cells, they are pluripotent, they can differentiate into many different forms, but these adult stem cells are less potent and minimal division is seen. So the third one is the induced pluripotent stem cells. So what are these induced pluripotent cell? Means the limitations in the adult stem cells means it has a minimal division and it can't develop as a pluripotent. It is not pluripotent. So due to these limitations in the adult stem cells, which we have already discussed, so due to that limitations, particular limitations, this induced pluripotent we can culture. So how it is cultured? So it is cultured by obtaining the adult stem cell and the embryonic stem cell. Both the adult and embryonic stem cells are cultured to form the pluripotent cell. Okay. So it is used in the study of the genetic disorders. It is used in the transplantation during the heart. Sorry, this is heart. So heart transplantation, eye transplantation, and the eye disease. So in this case, the induced pluripotent stem cells are used. So the perinatal stem cell. So what are this perinatal stem cell is? They are the intermediate forms of the cell. How they are intermediate means they carry the characteristics of both embryonic as well as adult and embryonic. Both these characteristics will be present in this perinatal stem cell. Okay, so they are derived from the umbilical cord or amniotic fluid and the extra embryonic tissue. In this umbilical cord, amniotic fluid, extra embryonic tissue, the perinatal stem cells we can see. So they are highly potent and non-tumorigenic. Okay, they are used in a bone regeneration, spinal injury, renal disease, and the cardiac arrest. So we will see the fifth type of the stem cell, that is the mesenchymal stem cell. The main source is muscle, liver, and the bone marrow. These are all the sources of the mesenchymal stem cell, where the mesenchymal stem cells will be obtained. So they are type of the stem cell which differentiate into mesodermal, endodermal, or the ectodermal cells. So applications of the stem cells. So the research purpose to find the medicine for the chronic disease as well as cell therapy. In the case of the cell therapies, we can use this stem cells, and also it contribute to fundamental human biology. If the stem cells is not present, it leads to the imbalance in the body due to absence of certain cells in our body. So to quite contribute many fundamental things to the human biology. So it is used in a transplantation of the hemopoietic stem cell or the cancer treatment. Mainly in the cancer treatment, these stem cells are used. So it is also used in a drug action. Okay, so if you feel the video is informative, share the video with your friends, like and comment below on which topic you want the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you.